I probably can't beat up a lot of people on this planet, but I know I could kick Jimmy Carter's ass.
Fuck around, find out, Jimmy Carter.
Are those them 10 boys?
Nope.
Good morning.
Thank you for watching.
10K TV.
Hey guys, Marlo, editor and producer for 10K TV. Want to thank you for tuning in to another episode. As a reminder, you are watching the YouTube version of this show, which is a shortened, condensed version of the show. If you want to listen to our full, unfiltered takes across all of your favorite sports, make sure you check out 10K TV at any podcast platform that you can find today. Now let's get into the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of 10K TV presented by 10,000 Takes. My name is Bossman, joined by Big Hat Sarge and Marlo in front of the camera. Gentlemen, how are you doing on this Monday night? I'm just gonna, because every fucking episode I say, oh, by the way, we're talking about this on Monday, and you're gonna listen on Wednesday. So if we say something stupid, it was only relevant Monday. How are you doing on this Monday night?
It's good. I've been on the 10K injury report for the longest time with a bad back. And so I keep getting asked, the Save Par podcast guys actually reached out to me. They're like, when are you going to get off this thing? We need you off of it right now. So it's good to sit in the comfy chairs and not that rundown dog shit gaming chair that we have in the studio. So behind the fire, or like right in front of the fire, I'm way too ugly for these lights.
That chair got me through college, by the way. I became a man in that chair.
I assumed it was like a cammer chair, like a producer cam chair, where it just smells like his asshole because he's just farting. It's either got dip spit and farts just all over
just
it.
Bush Light and redneckness.
I would go home and my wife would be like, "Were you with some low end cheap hooker because you smell like a Motel 6?" and I would have to tell her the truth. That like, no, I think the hooker might have been better. I was like, no, I was just sitting where a degenerate sits.
Right. I'll say this though: you've been on the injury report since the injury report existed, but you have not suffered the most embarrassment via the injury report. The person who has suffered the most embarrassment on the injury report is sitting to your left.
Ooh, Sarge.
2 weeks ago.
Did I miss it? What happened?
You were the one on the list, so you explain what you were on the list for.
Honestly, I don't remember.
You catch too many bonks.
It's
like a swollen skull just from.
It said Sarge, and then for the injury, it said big porn guy.
See, I should have been on the injury report for real because I was so hungover on the stream. Oh my god, I had a wedding the night before. Shout out to the Jorgensens. But damn, that sucked. But the game sucked. But being hungover for that game made it 10 times worse.
Next time you're gonna have to put him on the injury report for chafing, and he can shout out Jergens instead.
True.
It's a cum joke. You're welcome.
I'm bringing in the VR goggles one of these days.
Okay.
Maybe not a black light too. Maybe a black light too.
God. You shouldn't find anything with a black. Actually, you might find blood in here. I feel like Marlo's blood in here.
I have, yeah.
he hit it. His bald head hit the corner of. He just caught a stray. No, I'm trying to explain why you were bleeding.
Do we have to call out my bald head? You know how many times Jack has insulted bald people straight to my face? We're going to cut this part, but the amount of times that he's been like, that bald
I have a thick head of hair. Like, I have a thick head of hair, and I'm going to shove that down your throat.
Luckily, my mommy told me, that's not true. A documentary told me that the reason men lose their hair is because they have so much fucking testosterone that it just naturally fits.
That makes sense because I am naturally a beta cuck. But I was going to say, though, the nice thing about you being bald that you can always shoot back at me is I spend so much money a year on goddamn haircuts because I have such thick hair.
You talk about how much money you're spending on haircuts 6 to 7 times a year. What you're forgetting about is that I have to buy razors just continuously throughout the year. And it's not cheap. Ready? You're going to get a Squidward moment, or is it the SpongeBob moment where the king takes off his crown? You see the gloss because I just did it and we got nice lighting. I'm probably going to cut this. This is going to be very...
Ooh, that's smooth.
Look at it on the OBS.
You don't go electric, or does that not go deep enough?
It does go deep enough.
That's what she
and
said.
as we know, Daddy likes it deep.
Pause.
I'm the new Sarge.
Dude.
Well, speaking of deep, do we talk wild puck?
Puck's in?
Puck's in deep?
Puck's in deep.
Yeah, let's talk wild hockey. So, about 8 days ago from now, I guess the biggest story with the Wild, at least in my mind, I was at the game against the LA Kings. Pretty disappointing. Kirill got hit in the face by a puck, which I saw live. Wasn't great. But he only missed the rest of the period. They stitched him up. They probably gave him some Percocets, Molly Percocets, Molly Percocets. And he came back out in the third. He was just fine, which is actually making me feel like a complete pussy about my situation with wisdom teeth surgery.
Ooh, yeah. That's you should feel bad.
But we lost the game because the offense shut down after that. So is Kirill the problem?
He is always a dog in November. So let me hit you with the stat here. Ready for this?
That's
It's going to be an insult stat about December and January. Okay.
Oh, it's very good, actually. So Kirill is an absolute dog in November. How do I know this? Because I looked up his stats for the entire month of November and compared it to every single month that he has ever played in to see how he does. He actually ends up in November, has a total of 23 goals, 33 assists for 56 points, and a plus 15 in 44 games. Once again, 56 points in 44 total games in November. Now, trivia. In November, in the past 5 years, only 3 players exist that have more points in less games. Name them.
Austin Matthews.
No. 2 players are in the Central.
I'm gonna go Kyle Connor from the Jets, and then wait, are they? We're talking like the whole Central here. Okay, I'm totally blanking on another Central player. It's no one on the Blackhawks. That's for fucking sure.
It's definitely Nathan McKinnon.
It's McKinnon.
Bingo.
Fuck.
1.
Oh,
Is
okay.
Cale McCarr another one?
No, he's not. He's above him in points, I believe, but he's played
Yeah.
more games.
Okay. So we're strictly talking goals.
No points.
Oh, points.
Less. This is in shambles.
This is a disaster.
Less points. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
When he was
I'm
with
just going to give it up.
Coyotes.
I'm going to tell you guys right now. So actually, Nathan McKinnon had 70 points and 40. There's people that are listening right now just screaming at the radio.
That's
They're
fine.
Pissed at you guys.
Listen to Russo if you want legitimate.
That's true. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring logic and numbers and
Yeah.
70 points in 40 games for Nathan McKinnon. Mikko Rantanen, 57 points in 39 games. And the last one, this one blew my mind because I knew how dominant Nikita Kucherov just always was, being like watching him play. But he's had 72 points in 39 total games in November.
Yeah, he rips.
Crazy.
He's insane.
So, but Kirill, dog in November.
I think it's just the Russians in general because they don't celebrate a lot of the holidays we do in America in November. They definitely don't celebrate Thanksgiving. They're definitely not getting fat on the 28th. They also do not celebrate Veterans Day the way we do because they're just always fighting wars, so they don't really have time to celebrate.
Yeah, everyone is just fueled on vodka and fighting either internal wars or external wars.
Right, so they don't have time to take off from work or get fat like we do in the month of November.
Correct.
Thank you to all the veterans to serve. I also wore my Wild Veterans Day hoodie. Look at digital camo on the inside. Shout out on Real for these.
I will say as well, too, I think like there must be something. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm an old dad of 2. Is No Nut November a thing?
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal. This is the month where he has the second most penalty minutes as well, too, on top of those points. So I think it just might be a no nut November.
Maybe he's not
frustration.
coming.
Maybe he's not.
Sarge?
What would you recommend?
You would be a subject matter expert
Yeah,
on
what
this.
would you recommend to Kirill to get out of his, I guess, not out of his slump?
To stay on his hot streak.
Do we want him to come, though? Because then he's not
I don't
gonna
want him to
play as
come.
well.
Do not come.
Don't come,
Don't
Kirill.
come.
Don't.
I'm going to come.
I'll just work it twice a day, dude.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Work it. They lost to Sarge's Hawks on Sunday
Go
night.
Hawks, baby. Go Hawks.
First time in 13 games the Minnesota Wild lost to the Blackhawks. Since April 12th of 2019, the Wild have won every single one of these games. Just to put it in perspective, on April 12th, 2019, I hadn't even graduated college yet, and I'm now 27 years old.
We still had Mikko Koivu, didn't we?
Probably.
Oh, that's gross to think about.
Definitely had Parise, Suter. Kirill wasn't even on the team yet. Technically,
5 seasons.
2020 was his first season.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's another stat for you, Marlo. You'll like this one. Boldy is currently on track for a 50-goal season.
I love him so much. This is the year where if we wanted to do actual legitimate hockey talk, Matt Boldy, I'm trying not to be like Jake Cousins where I stutter over my words and then get real passionate about what I'm talking about. Go for football. Sky Yama, row the boat. It's nice to actually see the boy pop off as he should because he is an absolute dog. And he's going to be one of those players where if we ever get to the promised land, it's going to be real high on Kirill. It's going to be real high on Spurgeon. And I feel like Boldy's going to sit off to the side with his sneaky 20 points in 12 playoff games or some shit. He'll be an absolute sicko.
Rossi too. Like we've been waiting for a Marco breakout year, and it started at the end of that last year, and it's coming to fruition this year.
Yeah, hand up. I was one of those people, just like Jesse
He ain't a
Pierce,
bust.
bar down beauties. Yep, I was like, trade him away, get him out of here. His value is high. I'm going to agree with Jesse again here as well, too. I still agree that his value is incredibly high. I wouldn't mind. I don't want to get Seward. Do I say it? Do we?
For what, though? For what? Say it.
So
And then
it's
for
America.
what?
You can say whatever you want.
I want Ryan O'Reilly. I don't want Ryan O'Reilly. That's within division. I want who's a good centerman. I didn't prepare for this. Move on.
Marco Rossi, he's not a bust, so he's definitely come.
Wait, no,
he hasn't.
We don't want
He
him to come.
hasn't come yet.
Can you guys rank the top 6, like your favorite PWHL jerseys that just dropped? Where does the Minnesota Frost exist?
I really like those blue and yellow ones that came out.
Toronto's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it looks like it's like a sword almost.
Yeah, it's it's almost like a scepter.
But something threw me off. Taylor Swift did a music video like a decade ago. I can't remember what song it was for, where she was wearing a cheerleader outfit and it had that like exact same logo on it.
Ooh.
That's kind of a tough look because that was a fictional high school logo in
Yeah.
a Taylor Swift music video, and now it's Toronto's logo basically. I did like New York's.
Shut up.
I think-
You fucking like New York.
Is it the green one?
They're the Islander style one. Montreal, honestly, has possibly one of the greatest jerseys of all time. And I'm not talking just women's hockey. I'm talking all time. Montreal's is fucking sick. I honestly am going to put Minnesota at 3,
Okay.
possibly. In order, I think New York's is the very worst. Their logo is just absolute dog shit. Boston's, I think, is 2.
That's the one I like.
Yeah,
I
Boston's
like.
the
Bo-
fleet.
I'm
looking it up
right
now.
now. It's
That
nice.
logo is atrocious. The Sirens logo?
Yes.
That
What
is
is
so
that?
ugly.
Yeah,
but-
Montreal's are sick.
So in order for me, it goes legitimately, it goes Montreal number 1 for the victory. I think then it goes Boston Fleet is number 2 for me.
I like
Then I think it goes Toronto.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Then it goes Frost. Then it goes Toronto. And the Frost and Toronto interchangeable. I think it can go either way. I think Ottawa sucks, and I think the Sirens
Is this
suck.
Ottawa's
is
can't be
Ottawa the
real.
C? It looks like an AI generated version of the Cavaliers
It's
logo.
very bad, and I don't know.
It looks terrible.
But the jersey turned out sick. Bauer ended up doing the numbers on the back are sick with the little details. So
At least, hey, they didn't let Fanatics do it, right?
thank God.
So that's one thing that they've done right.
yeah.
Okay, last thing I got to ask you guys before we move on, just with Kirill getting hit in the face of the puck. I got to ask you guys, what are things you'd rather do than take a puck to the face in an NHL game?
So I thought long and hard about this. Don't get all
Pause.
long and hard about this. But
Long's not the problem.
just going back to school.
Oof.
I don't think I could.
Shit, that's a great one.
Yeah,
I really struggled in school. I somehow graduated from UMD, but I still rather not get hit in the face with a puck. That shit sucks.
Marlo, what do you got?
I have a few, and what's the funniest thing about this entire thing? So it's hard to see it. I have this tooth is gone, and I lost this last year. Wasn't from a puck, but I took a stick to the face. I've taken a slap shot to the ear, which split my ear wide open. So I've taken a few. It was tough to get like a couple hockey guys to answer this question because like it sucked, but then it's just like anything else. Like you move on from it, you're like, all right, yeah, that sucked, but look how cool I look.
Yeah.
I look kind of like you right now with your puffed up, bruised out cheeks right now. One thing I would rather take a puck than do is eat ass. I don't mean to be Sarge, but I would rather take a slap shot to the face and eat someone's asshole.
Yep.
You kids are disgusting. Stop it. PSA.
Yep.
We need a DARE program for ass eating.
Yeah. All these kids are just driving fast and they're eating ass. That's what they're doing in 2024. It's pretty fucked up. By the way, I just want to preface this. I did see a confidential photo that a friend showed me who's friends with Kirill on Snapchat, a friend of Kirill's. And it was a picture of his face. He was missing 2 teeth on the bottom, and the entire area between his lip and his nose was split open.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, this is a really rough thing that happened to him. So 3 things I would rather do than go through that. I would rather have wisdom tooth surgery 2 more times again.
Yep.
Then do that because he looks like he got it times 10 and he's still playing. By the way, going back to me being a pussy, I haven't played beer league in a couple games, and he's played every single game in a way higher level league without a face mask. So I feel like all-time bitch right now. Ready to talk ball?
Talk ball.
Let's talk fucking ball.
I'm not ready to talk ball. I'm pissed still.
Let's talk ball. Are we recording?
We've been
We're gonna talk
recording,
ball.
bitch.
We're gonna talk ball. we're going to talk about how the Vikings beat the Jaguars in maybe the most disgusting game in NFL history. Second to maybe the Raiders-Vikings that happened almost a year ago.
The defense did exactly what they should have done. They beat the fuck out of that team.
So you guys want to hear a really fucked up stat?
No.
So we had no touchdowns. Darnold had 4 INTs, and we won the game. NFL teams who have done that are only 2 and 101. So we can thank Blake Cashman for coming back.
I think I saw a stat where it was like the 3 interceptions before. It was like 0 and 100 and like.
Did he throw 3 or 4? Was it 3?
He threw 4, but 3 counted.
That's right, because the 4th one, there was a penalty. Also, Jared Goff threw 5 last night.
He threw 2. Let's start there. Sam Darnold threw 2 interceptions. Technically, that 4th one with the penalty. He threw 2. The fucking review that they said there was. Even our homie Dean Blandino was straight up just like, I don't know. There must not have seen enough evidence. The fucking behind the end zone camera, you see it hit the goddamn ground. You see it.
I was gonna text Dean and blame it on him, because that's what I usually do when I know that he has no impact on the call, but he likes to talk about how fans who are stupid think that he impacts the call by talking on TV about it. So I really wanted to send him like an angry text about it yesterday. Like, thanks for nothing, friend.
And he'd be like, just open a bottle again. Let's see what it is.
We're not even going to get into that. I know how to open champagne, okay?
This was the stat. Teams with 0 touchdowns and at least 3 turnovers were 0 and 147 since 2010.
That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Thank the Lord for Mac Jones and the Jacksonville Jaguars. By the way, we have an entire kicking replacement team, like a brand new snapper, a brand new kicker. It's crazy to have that many key special teams players get hurt the same week. It's got to be almost unprecedented.
I think my favorite nickname I saw for him was Wendy Romo, because he's 4 for 4.
Oh,
that was pretty good. That was pretty good. A lot of people were just saying he looks exactly like the kicker from Blue Mountain State.
Yes, he does.
Like to a T. And I was like, I don't know if it's hard to trust a guy with a goatee that like shaves his mustache. But
is he from Arkansas too?
We did. He's from Georgia originally. Like, he's born in Georgia.
Okay.
He played at Virginia Tech.
How do I know this? Because here's a fun little piece for you that I saw. Shout out to, I'm going to find there was a Reddit user by the name of Mikey J. Raymond who found Romo's old YouTube channel, which,
damn,
I did some research. Proud to say I'm his 5th subscriber ever.
Oh, yeah, dude.
By the way.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
His YouTube channel is probably one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. One of his is a high school highlight tape of his entire team, but it's not videos. It's just photos. And the photos aren't even of, like, not a lot of it is gameplay. It's like 14 minutes long, by the way. And it's just photos. So
is there at least flashy transitions, or does it just
hard
cut?
No, it's like them on the sidelines. I have to imagine he edited it, because why would you post it? It was like them on the sidelines. It was them in the locker room. It was them eating lunch in the cafeteria. All while songs like Sandstorm is playing. There was some Star Wars theme song was also playing in it as well.
Oh, let's go.
And the funniest part about this entire thing, not just that, he'd have occasional like just really low angle shots of him just in a field like, this is me just kicking a 40-yarder. This is me just kicking a 50-yarder.
Yeah, now we're back to being super fucking nervous every time the kicker comes out.
I know.
Perfect.
I'm also pissed. Can I complain about something with this game? I'm also pissed at whoever hurt J.J. McCarthy, because now would be a prime time for sports media companies and journalists like ourselves to be like, when are we putting in J.J.?
Make the change.
When are we doing it? Even though Sam Darnold's technically still in the middle of the road quarterback and still doing just fine.
Existing.
Yeah, it's the one point that I wanted to hit on that really pissed me off about this game is that, like, we talked about it last time where I was like, Sam Darnold looks scared in the pocket.
Yeah, and he looked scared on the sidelines too.
But he didn't look scared in this game, and he threw 3 interceptions, which that is where I get concerned. Body language is everything to me.
Last thing I was going to add on the game too is the celebration game was at least on point. We had Cam Bynum's celebration after the final interception to seal the game, where he mimicked basically the Brazilian breakdancer?
No, Australian ray gun, dude.
Yeah.
Let's not be insulting. Dude.
Sorry.
All of the different moves, he nailed them to a T. We know based on his interviews that Cam Bynum actually does work fairly hard on his touchdown celebrations or his interception celebrations, which is awesome. So shout out to him. And the entire defense shit-talked the Jaguars mascot.
I love that.
What is his name? Like the Jaguar?
The sign of a dog shit mascot is when they just solely resort to the pelvic thrust by touching the back little hula hoop that exists within their suit. The Colts mascot, by the way.
He was the one who started that, though.
Yeah, I know.
He's the one who started getting weird with being a mascot.
It kind of sounds like you're proud of that.
I am proud of it. What else is there to be proud of as a Colts fan? Nothing right now. Blue is awesome.
So to be clear, are you hyped that he started the pelvic thrust, or are you hyped that he started the weird?
Both.
I feel like the Philly fanatic. Yeah.
The Philly fanatic
He's
start
got
the
the tongue
thrust.
and this thing that shoots out of it. Yeah, and he just like humps everything. He's Sarge and a mascot.
How about the Flyers mascot? Is that thing still creepy?
Gritty.
Oh yeah. Philly just knows how to like
Scare
really,
kids?
Yeah, they bring the weird.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we bring the boom. We bring the boom.
By the way, the mascot's name is Jackson DeVille.
Okay, that's it.
that's dumb.
I knew it was like
Kinda
3
gay.
syllables.
What's the
Kind of lame. Sorry, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
cut that.
That one made it in the podcast version, by the way, last week.
That's
You're in
tough.
trouble.
Fuck.
What's the Colts mascot's name?
Blue.
That's a dumb name too.
Come on.
That's a stupid fucking name. Come on now.
Wait, it's just blue?
It's blue.
That's dumb.
Simple yet effective.
Oh, okay.
We need to
He
come.
broke a table this week because we played the Bills.
Yeah, that was a dumb bit too.
What?
Why was he green?
So, does this mean-
his name was blue, but he was military green for salute to service? Right?
Yeah, do you hate the troops? That's pretty fucked
10K
up.
bets would say so.
Yeah, Marlo hates the troops. That's tough.
I used to love to bet unders on military games.
He hates the troops. The Minnesota Vikings have already hit their 2024 projected season total of 6.5 wins.
Hey, Sarge lost money.
With
I
8
lost
games
money.
remaining. 8 games remaining.
What's funny is I wish journalist Jake was here because we went to the Minnesota Gopher football tasting before the season started, and me and him were talking about how we're not winning 6 games.
Yeah.
And I immediately placed the bet at that point.
Are you putting Jake on the spot right now?
I wanted Jake to show up because I could see him tweeting like "We miss Kirk." I root for Kirk. I did until Jake became so goddamn annoying about it to the point where like now I'm almost rooting against him because I can't stand Jake constantly posting pro Kirk stuff on the 10K account. It's like he's gone. Okay, let's forget about it. I've moved on. You know, it's like that. It's like that drunk ex-girlfriend who always calls you and it's like, honey, it's been a year. Like, I've moved on. It's time for you to move on.
Actually, that rant sounded exactly like Jake Gyllenhaal in Brokeback Mountain, where he's like, I think that's what he said. I can't move on.
I can't say I've seen that movie, to be honest.
All right, never mind. I'm an ally.
Darnold wasn't good. Any other takes from the game? I was just going to say TJ Hawkinson is fucking back.
Question for you guys. Who on the Vikings is second in receptions?
I already know this. It's Aaron Jones.
It's Aaron Jones.
Yeah, we talked about this on if you watched my show, like you said you did.
I
Like,
did.
hey, I like it. That was literally my point that I
That's
made,
where he got it from.
was in that first bit. Did you just take my
Friends
my
support
stat?
friends.
No, I didn't, but I definitely watched, but I was also writing a blog at the same time, so
Credit
I
your
definitely
sources.
missed it.
Wheel route.
Credit your sources.
There were some wild names getting thrown in the chat of people that fans would rather see play quarterback for the Vikings at Sam Darnold's darkest hour last night or yesterday. Who are some names that you guys were thinking of yesterday that you would have rather seen play quarterback for the Vikings than Sam Darnold?
I smoke a lot of weed. If you guys didn't know that, I smoke.
Not illegal anymore.
Not illegal.
Not incriminating.
Daddy has a medical card.
Stony baloney.
I smoke a lot of weed, which means I go on a lot of weird journeys on the internet. Not as weird as this guy.
Different weird.
But I ended up watching in the entirety the mascot game from the Colts game last week or whatever, and I honestly think that Victor the Viking might be a good quarterback for this one. He threw an absolute dime.
He was on my list.
Dime.
Shut up, really?
He threw it to Blue.
2 reasons. Yeah, he threw that dime to Blue. I don't know if they do this for proportion's sake, but Victor the Viking is caked the fuck up.
Is he a
that
big
dude's
ass?
got a big ass and huge thighs. Here's why I think it'll work. Just tush push his ass all the way to the end zone.
Ooh, yeah.
Every play, tush push.
How much
Tush
can he
push, tush
squat?
push.
Because the announcers
Ham?
will talk about that.
Yeah, it's just CJ Ham getting under those cheeks and just lifting his ass over 3 yards at a time. Victor the Viking, he's going to see this and be like, why are you guys swearing? It'll be like the whole Nordy thing again with Jake. You are the next quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Congratulations. Great ass.
Whoever started this trend of like, let's have mascots destroy kids in football, genius. Like, I don't want to see big bubble races anymore. I'm sick of seeing fans miss field goals. Give me the violence where mascots are just lighting kids up who are part of local high school programs, because that is grade A entertainment.
Dear St. Paul Saints, next time you guys have us at the game, let us go to the field and just bury a child in a mask. Just like put
Just beam them with a pitch.
Yeah, let us do that. Let us hit dingers off of children in a mask.
Railroad them rounding third to home.
And then we can all wear metal cleats and just spike them sliding in. Just
To be fair, we don't want to assault kids.
Yeah, what the
this
fuck?
is a bit.
I just want to hit dingers.
Oh, well, I thought that was the bit here.
What was that?
That's not going to
Sorry,
hold.
I don't know what that was.
That's some names that I had. I also had Victor the Viking on my list. I got Anthony Edwards because I did see a video of Ant throwing a football in the summer, and it was very good. That Falcons fan who had the rant about the Falcons week 1 and eventually said he'd rather put himself in there than see Kirk Cousins that one-legged ass bitch play.
One-legged ass bitch.
I saw the name KOC get thrown around.
That was funny.
Alex Moran from Blue Mountain State.
Yep.
And then Paul Crew. Do you guys know who Paul Crew
Paul
is?
Crew, dude. Who doesn't know Paul? Do you know Paul Crew? Holy fuck. Cut to Sarge right now.
Who the fuck is that?
You know Paul Crew? Fictional.
Let's not tell him.
He's from Friday Night Lights?
He played
No.
Mean Machine, bitch.
He played.
Oh, fuck. I do.
Longest Yard.
Yeah.
He got kicked out of the league for shaving points. People forget.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yo,
do.
Nelly was a sick running back, though.
He was.
No shoes.
Did he play? Well. Was Diddy a linebacker?
Oh, did he play? I thought you were like, did he play?
Yeah.
As in Nelly.
No, I asked if Diddy played.
Yeah, our demographic is all men, if you couldn't tell. We'll post the stats right here.
Don't post the demographics.
Don't post. I'm gonna swing it.
Bring it
more
to show
women.
all chicks.
All right, I got a few here too. I have the ghost that Sam Darnold saw in 2019.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they, or was it ghosts plural? I'm not sure,
I
but
like to picture the ghost as like the State Puff Marshmallow from Ghostbusters.
I like
That's
to
the one.
I like to picture the ghost and I'm at a Leonard Skinner concert. And I'm in the front row.
He's got a
tuxedo t-shirt
on.
I'm in the front row and I'm hammered drunk.
That's my quarterback.
The show is so stupid.
That's just basically Gardner Minshew.
show is so stupid.
That's Gardner Minshew.
That is true. Gardner Minshew. It's a
We
good
want
point.
Gardner Minshew.
That's a good point.
Get
he's
him
not,
over
He's
here.
not good anymore. And also, we need to talk about Coach Mike Hawk, who's not here right now. He's
Yeah.
0 for 2 on onside kicks this year.
I want him fired. He hasn't done enough videos talking about the onside kicks.
I know.
And that's strange. That's your one job. You've literally built your entire persona about having this very real role with the Minnesota Gophers, and you're not going on. You're just not like lighting.
That was
the
weird.
world
He
ablaze.
didn't post anything about it.
Got to fire him. Got to let him out. Imagine if like Matt Eberflus just avoided all questions, or like let's say you're Nick Sirianni and you brought your kids on the stage when you're asked about like taunting fans. Like that would never happen.
No.
That would never happen. You would definitely lose your job if you did that and
Right.
avoided the media for your mistakes, Mike Hawk.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Fire Coach Hawk. I'm in. I'm ready to have the conversation about it. Moving on next. Ant had a really good quote. He's always good for a good quote. So he was asked, when he was talking about the defenders going under screens against him, he said, "I'm gonna keep lacing that bitch." Dude, that's the thing I love about him. He just regularly swears in like media scrums, which I get. Like it's your quote. You can say whatever you want. Like it's pretty rare in other sports that you see guys like swear during media scrums and press conferences. But he'll just say like, "I don't give a fuck," like just to the reporters.
I love that. I love him in so many ways, and that is one of them. He's just being him.
Do you remember
him?
Do you remember the clip last year that came out of him edging an orange Gatorade bottle? he kept pulling it up, and then he'd like talk a little more, and they'd like pull it up to his mouth again, and then he'd like stop. It's the most frustrating video you've ever watched. I'm gonna pull it up now.
What's the most frustrating video you've ever watched?
Not sexually frustrating.
Oh my god! Don't put me on the spot.
And
like
why is
that.
Paige Sporanic in it?
Oh.
Those never make me frustrated.
I remember last stream while you do this search that Sarge discovered who Brecky Hill was.
That's right.
That was an
Holy
adventure.
balls, man!
It keeps going. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna punch my phone.
See, that's like me watching zit popping videos where they're not getting the one that I want. Because I'm a pimple.
You got fucking issues. You
watcher.
watch those for fun.
I love I watched the show.
What?
Dr.
There's a
Pimple Popper,
show?
Dr. Pimple Popper, Sandra Lee. Shout out Sandra. I love you. You're the best.
Big fan of 10K TV. Thanks for tuning
Yeah.
in still.
What
to
the
this
fuck?
day.
This is what you do in your free time?
I'm going to back him up. I'm on his side.
You like this shit too?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you know what I really got into? It started to get into real like depravity shit where I was just like,
I'm so into this right now.
not only did I watch pimple popping, but I watched like cow and horse
removal?
No,
Yes!
not that. What
No,
the
no, like the.
But you need to check out bot fly extraction.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all about it,
you just duct tape over that shit. And it's just
dude. Yes, like have you seen the?
Well, the only thing I can say, Sarge, did you watch the Wolves game Sunday night? I didn't get to watch it.
I did. I was flipping back.
I've heard
and
it
forth.
was. I did see we were winning with like less than a minute left, and then we lost. So what happened?
So what happened was one, Mike Connolly cannot shoot. He can't shoot anymore.
He is old.
He's shown his age.
Yeah.
We love him. We love you, Mike.
Minnesota Mike.
Luckily, we got DiVincenzo, but at the end of the game, so he threw up a 3, missed. Threw up another one, missed. But before that, we made just the stupidest foul with a bad inbound play where no one's playing defense, no one can get back, which has just plagued the Timberwolves all season. And it's just, I don't know, it's the same thing over and over again with the transition defense. It's brutal. But the last play of the game, we had Ant throwing in the ball. And I can't get over that.
Yeah, I saw memes about him, about like, where was people throwing basketballs like hundreds of yards.
Shoot the ball.
I think what he needs to do is he needs to eat pizza. Here's what I'm saying. I listened to an interview with him this summer on KFAN, and he said, as you get older, you start to learn that food that doesn't make you feel good after is just never worth eating, so I don't even do cheat meals. I only eat healthy. He needs to throw some pizza back in the mix.
Spin zone. Brent Burns eats a slice of pizza after almost like every single game, and he's dog shit this year. For the Carolina
Okay, well,
Hurricanes. Spin zone. Hockey.
Ovi drinks Dr. Pepper on the bench,
Phil Kessel, he's out of the league. So maybe
and he's a fat bitch.
he's a fat bitch.
Fat bitch.
That's a big bitch.
Big boy. Loons update. Loons. Okay, Loons update. People on stream during Viking streams keep asking us if we're going to go to the games. The answer is no unless we get free tickets. Now, they also don't play until like Thanksgiving.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
For whatever god-awful reason, you decided to take a 3-week break in playoffs?
Yeah.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
We're just trying to win a game.
And that's your Loons update.
Yeah. All right, folks, let's end the show with a new segment we're going to introduce here. Is called Be an Influencer. And to be an influencer specifically today, we're going to be those ones who just challenge anyone or anything to a celebrity boxing match to basically gain clout.
I know I would lose, but God, I would love to punch Jake Paul in the face. I would love to do it. I can't wait for this weekend. I'm actually going to watch one of his fights. I think Mike Tyson's, even though he's 58, I think it's his time. I want this fucking saga to end. Boxing literally is my favorite sport, and it's just been a fucking joke ever since he came in, and I'm done with it. I'm so sick of it.
Sarge, it's all because you didn't go pro. Marlo's seen your tape. He said you got some real hands on you.
I didn't say that, but I
It's
watched
just not true. I wish I.
Well, you do
I
have
wish
hands.
it was.
They
I
might
watched-
not be good
I watched
hands.
Sarge get a knockdown, and then he tried to dumb it down by saying, we collided heads. Shut up. Take the fucking knockdown, dude. That,
Dude, I did
by the
with my
way,
dome,
that
dude.
fight should have ended in round 1. That dude was out.
He was out fucking cold.
And the referee did a 40 count for some reason.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
have no
"Sarge,"
idea.
Well, to be fair, you went to the wrong corner. That didn't help.
Okay,
out.
so dude,
That didn't help out. You
All
went
right,
to the wrong corner, and the guy in the corner was like, "No, you're over
no,
there."
it's
I probably can't beat up a lot of people on this planet, but I know I could kick Jimmy Carter's ass.
Fuck around, find out, Jimmy Carter.
dude.
He's dead. He's dead.
First up,
He's dead.
dude. It's like one. He was fucking dead, dude.
very
In those
dead.
videos, he wasn't alive. They literally took him out of the fucking grave. He's like, yeah, he's voting. What do you mean he's voting, dude?
Fuck. I basically just said I could beat up a dead president.
That's 10KT.
Going to hell. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
That's it.
Well, so to Jimmy Carter's family, this is fucked up. Put him in the ground.
Dude,
That's a great.
oh
way.
my
That's
God.
a great way to end the show.
Holy shit, dude. That was so funny.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of 10KTV.
Oh, shit. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of 10K TV. Drink Captain's Patch. Now available, little inside tip, at Burger Mo's, downtown St. Paul. Sections 105, 113, and C13 at the Wild game. CaptainsPatch.com. Go to 10ktakesmn.com, read the blogs, follow the socials. Thanks for tuning in to 10K TV. We're always going to keep it weird here. We'll see you next week.